Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to the new and improved Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast. After many years of interviewing the best and brightest thought leaders around the world on my SiriusXM show, I am excited to now have those interviews available to people around the globe on this podcast. So many people would write us and say, I love what I've been hearing about your interviews with these great people. Where can I access them? I live in this country or that country, or I don't have access to that technology. How can I get the information? Well, I'm so excited now that we are able to offer the information and the interviews free on this podcast. So we want you to sit back and enjoy this message and let me know how you like them. And then do me a favor. If you like them, send a review, write a review and post it. And if you like it, hit like on here and share it and tell everybody you know about it, and then subscribe to this podcast so you'll get the alerts when we post a new interview episode. Thank you for listening and enjoy the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways podcast.
Named one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world. Inducted into the Speaker Hall of Fame. Award-winning singer. Best-selling author. And now, here's Willie Jolley.
Well, folks, this is a day that's going to empower you, inspire you, and change your life. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I want to welcome you to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Ways show and podcast. And I want to tell you about today's show right at the top, because this is going to be a show that's going to literally change your life. How do I know that? Because my guest is a life-changing kind of guy. He's an empowering, life-changing kind of person. Now, how do I know that? Because he's changed my life. I am so grateful. Maybe, I guess, 15 or 20 years ago, I had the opportunity to speak in Richmond, Virginia for the Minority Supplier Diversity Conference of Virginia. And I was all pumped up because they had 2 keynote speakers, myself and my guest here today. And I don't even have to give him a big introduction like I do with most folks and tell you about his background and what he's done and who he has done it for and da-da-da. All I got to say is his name. And you will know exactly who he is. No matter where you are in the world, you will know him. The one and only Wally Famous Amos. My man, Wally Amos. How are
Oh, my God. You know, Willie, I'm sitting here in my apartment. I live on the 20th floor in Waikiki.
Yes.
And I'm looking towards the east, and the sun is just coming up.
Oh.
And the sky, Willie, looks like a Maxfield Parrish painting. Pinks and blues, and it's so magnificent. And you talked about God, and that was God in action. That was God personified. And what a wonderful way to start my day today. Thank you so much, Willie, for the opportunity to speak to your audience and to chat with you again on air.
Well, you know, you're one of my favorite people, not just one of my favorite guests, one of my favorite friends. Folks, I've had the honor not to speak with him almost 20 years ago and develop a friendship, but to become a friend. He's one of my dear friends, and we talk offline often and just talk about life and about success. He's given me such great counsel over the years and friendship. And on his 75th birthday, he came to Washington, D.C. And
that's 3 years ago.
That was,
am I 78?
78 now, but on that 75th, we had a party. And we had a celebration, and we had an event, and we went to the 4th of July festivities and looked on the west portico of the Capitol. And we spent a few days. We had a great time together.
Yes, we did.
So
the mayor,
yes,
at the time, I don't know if he's the same mayor or not, but he declared it Wally Amos Day, July 1st, 2011.
Isn't that the truth? He certainly did. And I was there. We celebrated at the Martin Luther King Library. It was just a number of events one day after another of good times. So, friends, let me tell you, for those who maybe you've been on Mars for the last, for the last 30 years, let me tell you a little bit about Wally Famous, because y'all know, if you've read any of my books, I mention Wally in just about every book because he's had such a profound impact on me. Well, let's look at this story. Wally Amos and Wally, I just give him a thumbnail sketch. You can fill in the blanks afterwards.
Go ahead.
But that Wally Amos was a talent agent for the William Morris Agency, and a way for him to create extra value for his clients and for the people he was pitching. He had learned to make these chocolate chip cookies from his aunt. I believe it was his aunt in Florida. But
Aunt Della. Aunt Della.
And they were one of a kind. They had some special ingredient, and people loved them. And he made them, and he was the first talent agent for Marvin Gaye. Let's get it on. He was Marvin Gaye's first talent agent, and he would book Marvin Gaye and other big acts. But he'd take these chocolate chip cookies to the clients, and people would just say, wow, whoever you bring in and want me to book, if you bring me some cookies, I'm going to do it.
And you know what people would say, Willie, when they see me, they say, hey, man, where are my cookies?
Where are my cookies? They got
very possessive. It was like they owned the cookies. They owned me. And it was my duty to bring them cookies. I mean, people got hooked.
Got hooked on the cookies.
On the taste, Willie. It's the taste that matters.
Well, look, and then from there, one day he decided, you know what? I've got so much demand for this, I'm going to start a small business with cookies, and start selling the cookies. Well, that small business quickly exploded and became a big business. And before long, he started a storefront. I think it was New York City where he opened his first.
No,
Los Angeles.
Opened my first store in Hollywood, California.
Hollywood. There you go.
March 10th, 1975.
1975. Well, it expanded quickly, and you could find Wally Famous. You'd see his picture with a straw hat on a cover, looking good, and before long, it became the number one chocolate chip cookie company in America, in my estimation. And well, anyway, from there, Wally, was a great pitchman. He understood and still understands selling a product by giving people benefit. And so he continued to pitch it, and then, though, he realized one day that maybe his gift was pitching and not running the company. And so he brought in some people, and they said, well, let us buy the company from you, and you still be the pitch man. Wally said, I still get paid. I still pitch. No problem. He did that. But part of that agreement, he did something, what we call assigning the company. He assigned the option for them to assign it, which means to pass it on. And they made money, and then they sold it to another company. Another company said, I like Wally. Yeah. And they did it. That happened a number of times. And one day, a company bought it and said, we don't need the pitch man no more. And in fact,
you know what, Willie?
Yes.
And just a little detail on that.
Sure.
Also. First, I made some mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes along the way.
Yes.
And ultimately lost control of the company because I wasn't as spiritually centered as I ultimately became, and I forgot about other people that were working with me who were a part of my team because I was Famous Amos. I thought that I was the company, and I forgot that other people had helped me pull that together. So the company slowly slipped away from it. But a venture capital group came in, and I visited their offices one day, and a guy named Keith Lively, who became the president of the company, and he really he was paying me a compliment, but it was a backhanded compliment. It wasn't a positive compliment. And he said, Wally, you've done such a great job. We don't need you anymore. And that was always their plan because they were about getting rid of money that they were giving to Wally, and that money could go to other people that were with the company then.
Right.
So, and people say, well, they took your company. No one ever takes anything from you. You give it away by doing stupid things. by losing your center, by forgetting God along the way. And you think you're more important than God, then you're headed downhill. There's no question about it.
Okay, so then he was released, but here's the kicker. Not only did they say, well, we're not going to use you anymore, we don't need you anymore, basically you're fired, but they said, oh, by the way, you cannot use the name Wally Amos.
You said you can't use Wally, you can't use Amos, and you can't use Famous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you know, Willie, the interesting thing is I didn't have the spiritual depth then that I have now, that I've acquired through the years. But God is with you, whether you believe it or not, whether you know it or not, whether you admit it or not. God is with you. And everything is just a test. Everything is just a lesson. It strengthens you, Willie, and you're constantly getting these messages. You're constantly getting these lessons. Man, listen, school is never out. The form changes, but life is all about school. You're always learning. And that's what all this has been for me. And Willie, here I am now, almost 40 years later, Willie, in just the best shape I've ever been in.
Wow.
Physically, mentally, I have no money, but I'm on the threshold, Willie. It takes opportunity to create money.
Yes.
Then you're always in opportunity.
Wow.
Because if you are breathing, and there's opportunity all around you. And what you need to do is to wake up and to see that. And sometimes it's hidden very subtly, you know. It's there, but you just can't see it. And that's the way God works. So I've come to the conclusion, really, years later, that the only thing that matters is God.
Ooh, hold that thought. Hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break. The only thing that matters is God. We're going to come right back because we got more. We got to take a quick break. You're listening to the Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show across America. And my special guest is the one and only Wally. I'm going to call him Famous Amos. We'll be right back. Hey, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and support for the Dr. Willie Jolley Wealthy Way Show comes from Truist Bank. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. Home ownership is a blessing. That's right, it's a blessing. And the ability to build equity, value in a home that you own can be the foundation of creating wealth. Wealth that can be passed on for generations. Truist believes that a path to home ownership exists for you. I hear people say, well, I don't see how I could ever own a home. Well, Truist can help you buy a home with a low down payment. Connect with a Truist teammate to learn about the options available to you. Reach them by calling 855-257-4040, 855-257-4040. They really care. You can also visit truist.com/homebuyer, truist.com/homebuyer to calculate your mortgage payment. That's truist.com/homebuyer. Truist Bank is an equal housing lender. Remember, visit truist.com/homebuyer or call 855-257-4040. And we're back. You're listening to Dr. Willie Jolley. I love saying that, Dr. Willie Jolley. And for those who don't know, I got my doctorate last year, and I'm very grateful. A doctorate in faith-driven achievement, helping people to use their faith to achieve more. And my special guest today is my dear friend who is now sitting on a beautiful balcony or in his apartment in Hawaii, watching the sunrise. We are a couple hours difference as we tape this show, and I think 6 hours. And he is just inspiring people continuously. The one and only Wally Famous Amos. Wally Famous Amos is one of the great ones. He is 78 years old now. We celebrated his 75th here in D.C. a number of years ago. We had a big party for him, and we had a great time. But he just changed people's lives in the time he gets to talk to them, to inspire them. Well, let's finish the story. They didn't take you, like you said, you gave your company away.
I gave it.
By making poor business decisions. But then they said, well, look, not only that, but we won't let you use Wally or Famous or Amos. And and you were like, well, but that's my name. And yet you said something to me one day that I'll never forget. You said, but God is not a one-idea God. Come on.
Amen. Amen, Willie. And the thing that I realized also, Willie, I'm not a name. We get so hung up on material stuff, but I am so much more than what people call me. Your name is just a way of identifying you. But the essence, what's inside of you, what you're really made of, you're made of God's stuff. And nobody can touch that, Willie.
Wow.
You're so unique. Nobody can take that away from you.
That's right.
And Willie, I said if I did it once, I can do it again and again and again. So it's trusting in a power that's greater than all powers. It's trusting in the power that creates the power. This is the source where the power comes from. That's we have access to that. And I'm watching it now because the sun is coming up, Willie. And it's so beautiful. It's just peeking up. And what is it that causes this to happen every single day, Willie? On time. It's never late. It's always on time, Willie. That's what we are made of. That's who we are. And when you can forget all of this other stuff that you think is important and go directly to the source, and we have access to the source where all ideas come from.
All right. And let me tell you one other quote. I got to put it in before we get too far. Wally said to me one day, he said, most people are waiting for God to drop something in their lap. He said, I found that it's always best to put your lap where God is dropping stuff.
And God's dropping stuff everywhere.
He's dropping stuff, and you've got to do the work. That's why my doctorate is on faith-driven achievement, that we use our faith to achieve more, to do more, to be blessed by having life. And I put it like this, Wally. God's gift to us is life. Yes. Our gift to God is what we do with our lives. And we should do something extraordinary with our lives. Am I right about it? Well, let me tell you, folks, Wally Famous Amos is back. He is back, and he is back big time, baby, big time. Let me tell you what's happening. So they take the name, Wally, they can't take it, Famous Amos. He says, okay, you know what? God's not a one-idea God. He is not an end of my story. I trust him. I'm going to do the work. I'm not going to wait for stuff to happen. I'm going to get busy. So he started making first muffins, and then he said, you know what? It's time for me to make some cookies. And we are excited to announce for everybody across America, for you to hear from the lips of his own, that Wally is back with a new cookie company. And Wally, you tell him the name, and we're excited.
We need a fanfare, because this is
okay. Here we go.
Ordinary. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Wally Amos is back in the cookie business, and the name of his new company is the Cookie Kahuna. The Cookie Kahuna, Kahanu. Kahuna.
And what does Kahuna mean from Hawaii?
Kahuna means caretaker. Caretaker, Willie. And when I discovered that, I said, this makes a lot of sense, because for years I have been the caretaker of my recipe. And now I'm sharing that with everyone. But in a deeper sense, Willie, we are all caretakers of each other. We're all caretakers of each other, my friend, and that's the bottom line. So when we can honor our responsibility to look after each other, to love one another, that's what God asks us to do.
Wow.
Love one another.
Absolutely.
Then life takes on just such a great, great meaning. And so that's what I'm doing now.
Wow.
That's what I'm doing now. And there's such a spiritual depth to that. And in Hawaii, Kahuna also traditionally means minister, preacher. And they are caretakers of their flock, of their congregation. So I've always wanted to do more than just sell cookies, just promote cookies. Cookies is kind of like been a symbol or just a platform to do more, Willie. Do more.
So we should. Life is about doing more, being more, achieving more, doing more for others, and helping people. Am I right?
Yes, it is. You're absolutely right. 100%. Yeah.
So real quick before we go off, because somebody might have to jump off, where can they get this cookie? Because you sent me some overnight, and everybody went nuts in my office. They just went nuts when they tasted them. Those pecan ones were off the chain, unbelievable. So where can people get these cookies?
Let me be clear on this now. This is my original handmade cookie. This is not a machine made. Now, we use machines to mix it, in the oven to bake it. But the final process before this cookie goes into the oven, a human being touches it, puts it on a cookie sheet, puts it on a rack, and pushes that whole rack in the oven with trays and trays of cookies. Willie, I think that makes the difference. The most cookies that are made, man, a human being never touches them. They're all machine made because, people want to make more money, and it's efficient to get rid of people because people have to be paid to work.
Right.
That's how they make a living. But, many businesses really, the first thing they want to get rid of is let's cut on the labor. So, but I think the person makes the difference. So when I made cookies, in 1975 in Hollywood, California, they were handmade. So here I am now, almost 40 years later, making handmade cookies, really, touched by another person, filled with love. So
I was going to say that part of that is your love, the love that goes in those cookies.
No question. Really, these cookies have lots of ingredients. The chocolate chip cookie has 32% chocolate. Chocolate is the first ingredient. The chocolate chip cookie with pecan that you so love, Willie, that cookie has 24% chocolate. Chocolate is still the first ingredient. The first ingredient denotes the ingredient that is the largest quantity in the product. So my chocolate chip cookies, both of them, chocolate is for lots of chocolate. Now, the pecans, we've got 10% pecans in the chocolate chip with pecans. Really, we use pure vanilla extract. We do not use artificial anything. I don't make artificial cookies, really. I never have. My cookies were always handmade. My cookies were always real with lots of real ingredients. Pure vanilla extract. Butter. We use butter. We don't use margarine, which is interesting, though, also, Willie. When I started Famous Amos Cookies, I used margarine because 40 years ago, it was believed that margarine was better for you than butter. But we learned through the years that that's not so.
Right.
So now, the more educated Wally uses butter because it's better for you.
Wow.
And you get a better taste when you use
Oh, let me
butter.
tell you, folks, these cookies are unbelievable. But you know what you said is so cool. We're going to take a quick break for station identification. What you really fill it up with, though, besides the chocolate and the butter and the extract, is love. Come on, somebody, love. Hold on that thought. We'll be right back. We're taking a quick break for station identification. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and I got an email from a gentleman in Australia who shared how he had been struggling in his business, and he bought some of my books and audios, and how it had a profound impact on his business, and he went from worst to first in his company. I shared with him how much I appreciated his note, but I told him those books, those audios, those videos were not just something that I just thought up one day and started to write. They were born out of my experiences, out of the challenges of overcoming the problems and the difficulties and how I was able to do it. And I shared with him that others have sent similar messages and that these resources work. I want to encourage you and invite you to go to my store. Go to wjspeaks.com/shop. wjspeaks.com/shop. Get some of the books. It only takes a minute to change your life. Or a setback is a setup for a comeback. Or turn setbacks into greenbacks. Or chicken soup for the soul. Or an attitude of excellence. Or the book I wrote with my wife after 34 years of being married and not having an argument in over 30 years. We wrote a book called Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. And now it is saving marriages all over the globe. Go to the store. Get some of the audios, the videos, the books, the resources to help you have greater personal and professional success. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Make this a great day on purpose. All right, now we're here with Dr. Willie Jolley, with my friend Wally Amos. Wally, I still want you to tell them where they can go get it right now.
Well, I want to do that, but it's really important. Let me just finish talking.
All right.
Because they got to know what they're getting when they go get it.
All right.
They're getting a cookie that is filled with love. They're getting a homemade, handmade, quality product that is the original Wally Amos cookie. All right, the original Wally Amos cookie. There's no the only connection that this product has to Famous Amos is that the same person started the Cookie Kahuna and the Famous Amos cookie. But I am in no way at all connected to the Famous Amos cookie. I want that to be really clear.
Yes.
If you go buy a Famous Amos cookie, you're buying just another mass-produced cookie. So when you buy my cookie, you're buying the original taste. You are buying the taste that made me famous. It is all about taste, Willie. It's taste. A food product has to taste good. If it tastes good, you'll buy it. If it doesn't, you'll spit it out. So taste is the thing. When you buy Cookie Kahuna, you're buying taste. You're buying Wally's taste. So take no substitute.
Let me say something right there.
Online.
Yes.
The cookie is accessible to millions and millions of people at thecookiekahuna.com. www.COOKIEKAHUNA.com.
All right, let's make sure everybody got that. The Cookie Kahuna, KAHUNA, thecookiekahuna.com. You can get your cookies. He will send them to you. They will send
three flavors.
Three flavors. What are the three flavors?
Chocolate chip with all that chocolate.
Yes.
Chocolate chip with pecan with all that chocolate plus pecan, butter, all that good stuff. And butterscotch with macadamia nut. Willie, it's a family of cookies.
Wow.
The chocolate chip with pecan, that's the father. That's the father. The chocolate chip is the little boy, that runs around. And the butterscotch is the mommy. So it's a family of cookies, Willie.
A family of cookies. Wow.
So it's the original Wally Amos cookies. The cookie going. The orders come in to me. We make cookies here in Hawaii. They're all handmade, and I guarantee the taste in this cookie.
They are awesome, folks. I can tell you, I have tasted them. We love these cookies. My staff, they were going, and we had interns in when we first got them a couple months ago, and the interns were flipping out. My staff was flipping out. I was flipping out. Everybody was going crazy over these cookies. And I said, wow. They said, these are the best cookies I've ever heard. One of them said, this is the absolute best cookie I have ever had in my life. And so I must concur. Now, Wally, real quick, I want to take a moment because imagine we're talking to a group of high school, college students or young entrepreneurs in a class and saying, hey, here's how you go forward to find and to pursue and to create success in your life. What would be a couple of the tips that you would share with them for them to grow and from your experience?
Willie, it's very basic, I believe, and I don't know what order of what is more important than the other, but they're all important.
Okay.
And start at the top. Start with an A. Attitude.
Attitude.
Your attitude really is so critical to the success that you will have in life. And you must have an attitude of service, an attitude of love, an attitude of, yes, I can. But even beyond yes, I can, you must have an attitude of, yes, I will. A lot of people can, Willie, but they don't have the determination. They don't have that push. They don't have that desire to really get it done. They can't go the distance. They quit. It gets too hard for them, and they don't want to. They can't go any further. You can go as far as you need to go. So attitude is really important. Willie, commitment. Commitment. Ooh, it's the magic word, Willie. Commitment. When you are committed, Willie, magic happens. When you say, not I can, but I will, magic happens, Willie. God steps in, carries you when you can't carry yourself. Commitment is it. Determination is wrapped into commitment. So, really, I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to quit. It's not a part of my vocabulary. It's not a part of my lifestyle, because I know that the only way you fail is if you stop, is if you quit.
Right.
Because if you keep on, if you know that God is the platform on which you stand, you will be successful, Willie. And I don't care how bad it looks, but keep going anyway. You don't stop, Willie. Do not ever stop. Find a way. If you got to crawl, whatever it takes, Willie, is what you have to do. That's what success is. But being a giver also, you're not doing this for you. You're doing it for people at large. And God wants us to share what we have with others. I didn't start Famous Amos to make a lot of money. And I made a lot of money. And I made more money for other people than I made for myself, because I wasn't total. I didn't have it all together. I had parts of it, but it wasn't a total package. You want to learn to be a total package. And that happens through service, through acknowledging the contribution and the value of others who work with you. Be a quality person. You're not being a schlock. I mean, you are the best you that God has ever created.
Right.
Give your best. Do the best you can. Give the best that you have every single time. Really be joyful. A lot of people say happy, but really happy is surface. If I got a great house, I'll be happy. If I have a beautiful woman, a wonderful man in my life, then I'm going to be happy. No, happy is when all the exterior things are there. But what happens if they are taken away? What are you then? Joy comes from within. Joy is buried deep within you, really. And that's where you want to live. That's where God lives. To be with God is to be joyful. So that's really important. And sharing, you're not doing this for you, man. Life is about giving yourself away for the benefit of other people. So it's not about the material stuff. It really isn't. It's so much deeper than that. Those are the things that are lasting. The things that have God embedded in them are lasting and forever. And when you can understand that we are here to serve others, then miracles happen.
Miracles happen.
Surprises come into your life all the time. But it's not about how much you can get for you. It's about how much you can do for others. How much can you give to others? That's what God wants us to do. And when you can create that attitude of service, then, I swear, Willie, miracles happen to you. The last year, Willie, it's been up and down, in and out. Well, there have been times when I had no idea how I'm going to get to the next second. But I will not stop. I will not stop, Willie.
Be unstoppable.
No.
Be unstoppable. Ooh, don't stop.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
And with God in your corner, you don't have to stop. No, there is no such thing as stopping in God's vocabulary. God is omnipotent. God is all-powerful, all-present, everywhere, right now.
Right.
Accessible to you wherever you are. You are quality. You are the best you that ever walked the face of the earth. There's no one like you, nowhere near you. Be you. Be authentic. God wants us to be authentic.
Wow. Folks, I hope y'all are getting this. I just hope this is coming straight from the voice and the mouth, the brains, the heart of a man who's experienced it, who has seen the ups, the downs, the challenges, the turmoil, the despair, but yet never give up. Never stop fighting for your dream and keep getting a new dream. When that dream is over, get a new dream and keep finding new ways to make a difference and inspire people. It's about making a difference.
And having faith, Willie.
Having faith.
The fear says false evidence appearing real.
Yes.
Appearing. Fear knocked at the door. Knock, 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 knock. Let me in. Faith opened the door, and there was no one there. Faith is so much more powerful than fear. Faithful, I don't care how bad it looks. Don't judge by appearances. Go deeper. Go deeper. Live deeper. That's where God is. God is not on the top, on the surface. God is deep. You have to find God. He's within you all the time, though. He's omnipresent, always there.
So what keeps you having faith? You know, people say, "Well, I had discouragement. I got this. I would let go. My business went out of business. I went through a divorce. Whatever." They give up the faith. How do you keep the faith, Wally?
Well, Willie, I know that if I stop, it's over. But if I keep going, there's the opportunity to succeed if I continue to breathe. And I'm not in charge of my breathing. God gives me breath. So I trust in God. Even I can't see the results. I can't see the end, Willie. Sometimes I can hardly move.
Yes.
Sometimes I am really stymied. I don't know where the answer is. And Willie, I swear to you, the last year has been one of the most difficult I've ever had in my life. Running out of money, running out of everything, Willie, but not running out of faith. Being strengthened by God, because with every breath I am still alive. God gives me breath. So there's that part that deep inside of you that says, don't stop. Keep going. You can do this. But you keep going, Willie, by keeping going, by trusting. Trust is what it is about. Trust is so much deeper than faith.
Hold that thought. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
When we come back, I'm going to share something on trust also.
All right, great. You're listening to Dr. Willie Jolley with my special guest, Wally Famous Amos. And for sure, the best is yet to come. Hi, this is Dr. Willie Jolley, and people often ask, how did I go from a broke, busted nightclub singer to become a best-selling author and to be voted one of the outstanding 5 speakers in the world by the 175,000 members of Toastmasters International? The answer is that I decided to invest and change my thinking, invest in my mindset, and decided to change my inputs, because inputs determine outputs. I heard about a seminar years ago when I was just getting started. I was making about $100 a speech. And I heard this seminar that was creating millionaires, and it cost $10,000, but the guy was getting results. I didn't have that kind of money, but I decided to borrow it, because I learned that there's a price for success, the price of college, the price of going to school, the price of education. And there's a price for success, and then there's a cost for not paying the price, the cost of staying the same. And that cost is greater than the price. It's Too expensive. And so I went, and it changed my life. And I came back and quickly made $100,000. I heard a similar story from Dr. Dave Martin, how he went to a success rally, heard a speaker who inspired him. He and his friends said, wow, that's changed my life. The speaker had a package of materials to help build wealth. The package cost $1,500. And that was all the money Dr. Dave had to his name. Dr. Dave's friend asked, do you think this stuff is worth it? Dr. Dave thought for a moment. He said, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. But I do know that I'm worth it. I'm worth it. He invested that money in that package and used the materials to grow his thinking. He grew his mindset. He shared how that $1,500 investment has gone on to generate millions in revenues. He's a multimillionaire. And he has homes now in Arizona and Florida. I want to say to you, it's time to invest in you. I want to give you some materials that will help you, grow your mindset, grow your future, grow your finances. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire. wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get some materials that will inspire your success and will help you find that there's a price for success, but there's a cost for not paying the price. And the cost is always greater than the price. Go to wjspeaks.com/billionaire and get the bag, the box, or any of the materials there and keep growing your wealth. And remember, as a man thinketh, so as he is, and your best is yet to come. And we're back across America and across now globally. The Dr. Willie Jolley Show, Wealthy Ways Show, with my special guest, Wally Amos, the famous one who became famous because of these cookies. And now we got a new cookie line. He's back. He's back in the cookie business, and he has the most fantastic handmade, filled with love and filled with chocolate chip cookies and chocolate and vanilla extract, just incredible cookies. Wally Amos. Wally, real quick, before I want to make sure if somebody just jumped on, they know where they can go get that cookie. And then we're going to talk about trust. Tell us where they can get that cookie.
Online. It's a cookie online. Everybody that's listening to this can get it at www.thecookiekahuna.com. Kahuna is Kahuna, thecookiekahuna.com. They're made in Hawaii and shipped from Hawaii. Handmade.
Wow. And they're awesome, folks. I am telling you, this is from my lips. You know, I tell y'all the truth. This is one of the most incredible tastes you will ever have. I want everybody who's listening, not only do I want you to order some cookies for yourself, I want you to order some cookies for some loved ones. I want you to order some cookies for some people who are sick or shut in or hurting. These will lift their spirits because they're filled with love, not just chocolate chip. And I want you to order a bunch of cookies. This is going to be an experience that will bless you in your giving them. So I'm encouraging everybody to just trust me on it. You try them for yourself. You'll see why I'm so excited about these cookies. Go to www.thecookiekahuna.com. The Cookie KAHUNA.com. And you just send a note and say, Willie Jolley is raving about them, and I got to try it. We'll do whatever it takes. We want people to be experiencing these cookies. Wally, you talked about the fact about trust. Willie, yes.
There's no secret to life.
Okay.
Right? The secret is there is no secret. Everyone has access to everything. At the foundation of everything we do should be trust. I read a part of my spiritual practices. There's a book called Streams in the Desert. Streams in the Desert. It's a great, great book with a different message every day. Uh-huh. And the message from December 15th, I've been reading this book since 2000. And the message December 15th was trust.
Okay.
It says, trust in him. The word trust is the heart of faith and is the Old Testament word given to the infant or early stages of faith. The word faith conveys more an act of the will, while the word belief conveys an act of the mind or intellect. But trust is the language of the heart, Willie. The words faith and belief refer more to a truth believed or to something expected to happen. Trust implies more than this, for it sees and feels and leans on those who have a great living and genuine heart of love. Therefore, let us trust also in him through all the delays, in spite of all the difficulties, and in the face of all the rejection we encounter in life. And in spite of our feelings and evidence to the contrary, And even when we cannot understand our way or our situation, may we still trust also in him, for he shall bring it to pass. The way will open, our situation will be changed, and the end result will be peace. The cloud will finally be lifted, and the light of eternal noonday will shine at last. And there's a little poem that closes it. It says, trust and rest when all around you puts your faith to stringent test. Let no fear or foe confound you. Wait for God and trust and rest. Trust and rest with heart abiding, like a birdling in its nest, underneath his feathers hiding. Fold your wings, folks, and trust and rest. Willie?
Wow.
Nothing could be more powerful than that.
Wow. I love that. I've never thought of it like that. The trust is the heart of faith. And faith is an act, and belief is an intellect. And when you put faith and belief, you got to have trust as the heart of this, that you're going to trust in the storms, trust in the tough times, trust. Someone said when you're in the boat, don't get out. Just keep trusting that all will be.
Trusting is something you can't see, Willie. I'm telling you.
Woo, this is something awesome.
That's what God is, man. God is always there. He's omnipresent. He's always there. He's never. You can't get away from God. You are God.
Wow.
You're created in the image and likeness of God, and God is love.
Yes.
That means you are love, and nothing is more powerful than love. Love is the greatest, most strongest force in the universe, really.
Wow. Now, let me ask you this. You've had so many successes. You've had so many successes, but also many challenges. And you are a comeback kid. I wrote about you in my book, A Setback is Set Up for a Comeback. You are truly a comeback kid. And you take those same concepts that I shared in the book, that you must have a vision for your future, that you've got to have a vision. You got to make some tough decisions for your future. You got to take action on your future, and you must have great desire for your future. And that desire is that will keep you fighting for your dream. And that's where your faith and your trust and your belief comes in. That desire, I refuse to give up. But that vision.
Right. I don't know how to give up. Give up. What is that? No.
And that is why you can come back after all the setbacks and continue to be well known globally. I was in Malaysia just a few weeks ago and I saw your name. Now, of course, it was the old cookie company, but I mentioned somebody that. Yes.
I introduced Famous Amos Cookies in Malaysia in 1983.
Wow.
1983, and Singapore and Japan, and I'm getting ready to open again. I'm getting ready to open the Cookie Kahuna in Japan this spring.
Wow.
Really.
Wow.
God is many ways of helping you succeed over and over and over and over and with the same ideas. Just a cookie, really, still.
Right.
But it's more than just a cookie. It's a way of life.
It's a way of life. It is more than a cookie. And let me ask you this. Somebody wants to be a successful entrepreneur, and they have little money. All they've got is this idea. That's what you started with, nothing but an idea, isn't it?
Well, that's what everything starts with, an idea. I don't care what it is. I don't care how big it becomes. I don't care how little it is. It's an idea. Ideas really the stuff that life is made of. Everything, it was just an idea. Hell, just an idea? Everything is an idea, Willie. Ideas are where everything starts, where everybody, I have an idea. Wow. Thomas Edison had an idea. Took him 10,000 efforts to find the filaments for the light bulb, but he said, he didn't fail anywhere along the way. At each period, at each time, he just found a better way of doing what he did. But he would not give up. Yeah.
Oh, he failed many times. Right. Enthusiasm. Let's talk about that.
Enthusiasm. The word enthuse. Oh man, listen. With enthusiasm, you can move mountains. Yes, and all this stuff comes from within, Willie. You can't buy it. You don't have to beg anybody for it. Everybody has access to it. Everyone. Believe in yourself. It's all buried in you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dig deep.
Woo, this is so good, folks. Look, I want everybody, again, we only got a couple minutes left in this great interview. I'm going to have Wally back again, but here's what I want everybody to do. I want you to go to www.thecookiekahuna, thecookiekahuna, KAHUNA.com. And I want you to order a number of bags of these cookies. Try each one. Get one of each. What are the three options, Wally?
Chocolate chip with pecan, butterscotch.
Wow.
Macadamia nuts.
Woo!
It's a family of cookies, folks. It's a family of love.
It's a family of cookies. I want y'all to go buy these cookies. Get an extra set for somebody who is hurting, who's shut in. They need some love. They need a love in a bag.
This bag, wonderful graphics, and I use my products in my life to support literacy.
Yes,
and I have my foundation, the Read It Loud Foundation. I want parents, everybody, go read to a child somewhere today. Go to school. Go to an elementary school. I'm reading to kids today. There's a mall here called the Kahuna Shopping Center. I'm going to go over and read to kids at 10 o'clock this morning.
The Read Out Loud Foundation, is that it?
Read It Loud.
Oh, Read It
Loud.
It Loud. The Read It Loud.
It Loud Foundation, yes.
And there's a website for that as well, right?
Yeah, readitloud.org.
Okay, man.
Readitloud.org. Life is more than you. It's more than making money. It's giving back. Find a way to give yourself away. Find something that you're passionate about and give your life to that also, because then life becomes very, very meaningful for you.
Ooh, you know what, folks? Now, this is a gentleman who's in his late 70s, who's still got the enthusiasm of a man in his 20s, who's looking at life for the future. And if you've ever heard me speak, you hear me talk about the man I met on the plane who was 88 years old, giving speeches every day in different cities. And when I was struggling, he said, "Young man, just keep in mind, your best is yet to come." Good God Almighty. And so I'm saying Wally Amos is an example that he at 78 years old is still believing that the best is yet to come. I love you, Wally Amos.
Willie, I love you too. Thank you, Willie. Thank you, all.
Thank you.
I love y'all so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love you, my brother. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Go to my website, williejolly.com. And thank you for your time. And remember, your best is yet to come. Have a great day. And thank you, Wally Amos. God bless you.
You see so many others moving on while you're steady going nowhere. Have you maybe come to the conclusion that there's nothing at all that you can do? Well, just look in any mirror and you'll see who is really truly stopping you. My mind. It's up to every one of us to take charge of our life and to make it what we want. If you think that it takes too much time, think again, 'cause I'm telling you it don't. The fact is, it only takes a minute.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this podcast episode, and I hope you got something of great value. And I hope that you were inspired, you were motivated, you were empowered, and you were encouraged to live your best life. I hope this information and this inspiration will help you to do more, be more, and to achieve more. That's the goal why I started this program, and I hope it helped you in a mighty way. Now, I ask you to make sure and that you take full advantage of all the resources that came through this program. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/gift and get some of the free resources that we have there for you. I hope you go to wjspeaks.com/shop to get some of the books that we have created, that we've labored over to make sure that they will deliver a powerful message to you. I hope you go to williejolly.com/billionaire, williejolly.com/billionaire or wjspeaks.com/billionaire to get the box that it will inspire your whole family, or get the bag of books. Make this a great day, a great week, a great month, and remember, it is true that you are blessed and all things are possible for them that believe. So make the most of the belief that you have now in your future. This is Dr. Willie Jolley. Have a great day.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.